Good morning, everyone. How is everyone doing on this beautiful Wednesday morning? It is my day off, so that is a good thing. Hope you all are doing well. So yesterday and last night in my pocket. Morning, Michael. Morning, Ed. Morning, Tegan. Morning, TC. Last night in my pocket again. I had the Evo and the Ultra Tech. Pretty good combo. Pretty nice knives. Hope you gentlemen are doing well. What are y'all carrying this morning? What do y'all got going on today in your knife world? I myself have been perusing around on blade forums this morning. I was looking up some Pops Pro Cut stuff and was looking at a couple of knives people have made with Pops Pro Cut. A couple of Worn Cliffs. I wanted to see what it looked like once it aged a little bit, and I like it. I imagine that's had some kind of patina put on it, but maybe not. That's what I was doing this morning. Looking at a couple of Pro Cut steel knives like mine is. Pretty cool, pretty cool. One guy made this one. That's about the quality of the sheath that I hope to create, but we might do one in leather. That looks like a pretty nice knife in Pro Cut. Michael's carrying the Tri-Stash and a black case, black mirror. Sounds like a great combo, Mr. Michael. Oh yeah, there was something I wanted to look at. Somebody talked about they wanted to improve the spring or the magnet in their knife because it had light detent. PM2 and Rex 76, Para 3 and 15V, and a bailout in 3V and a SE3. Wow. 4 knives on you. So the guy was talking about, I actually don't remember which one. I think it was this one. He said the magnet was kind of light. It is a little light, but let's see this one. This one is a lot better. But you can replace these magnets in here, make them stronger. They feel fine to me, so I don't know. You Fool said he used the strongest magnets he could find. Yeah, I like the Black Ace, Black Mirror. That is the Winter Blade 7 and 8. But they're clones. Or they're not actually, yeah. The 7 and the 8. With M390 blade steel. This one has kind of a shark lock up here on top that you can get to. But they're the factor, basically, this is a factor 7, and then the 8 is a little different. It has it's a crossbar lock, but they're all done with magnets, so there's no these the locking mechanism in these is magnets, not springs. But I just noticed when I went over to Reddit that someone is offering blades, M390 blades. Oh, wait. Let me take that back. Never mind. I thought somebody was offering blades, M390 blades like we had talked about. This was pretty funny. Saw this morning. Morning, William. A guy broke his Cuisinart knife in half trying to smash some garlic. I would say that is not proper heat treat. Or lack of heat treat whatsoever. Let's see. Oh, there's that new Olitans, or not new, but newish, we had talked about. The one that they left the crossbar lock off the picture. I wish they made a frame lock version of it. That reminds me, what is this guy's issue?
Button lock and the top liner lock. Now, this could completely be user error. I know that they are not fully intended to be open in the reverse manner like that, right, where you just use the button part of it to unlock it. But I will say, if you do buy this and you do sort of plan to open it like that, you should be aware that there is a point right here where it is not actually fully locked back, but it will give a little bit of resistance and it'll appear as though it's locked back. So if you flick it open and it doesn't flick open all the way, or if you don't quite give it enough force.
All right. Okay. Well, we got ninja activities this morning. That's interesting. Y'all smash that like button so you don't forget. I want to check out one of those top liner lock in rears. Not that version. Fixable, yes, but you're going to lose a lot of your blade. What kind of rattle we got? Huh. All right, we got all kinds of knife issues this morning. What else we got going on today? Oh, I wanted to go see if there's anything new. The Ryson tie down is available, and the Ryson. So let's check out the Ryson. What are the specs on it? M390, 7.65 overall. Does have a good finger choil. 3.33 inch blade. And tie down, button lock. Guessing it's just a regular plunge lock. 9.13. Wowzers. That is a big boy. Morning, Christopher. Morning, Cliff. Yeah, I saw the new Pictus XL. That is 9.13. That is huge. 4-inch blade. Got that slight recurve that I don't like. But other than that, it's a pretty sexy knife. Yeah, Instagram, Pictus XL. There was a picture of both of them on here. You can see the size comparison. Between, see, they got a, I don't know why I'm not following him. Right there you can see the size comparison. So the XLs are going to be much nicer, in my opinion. Who tried to take money? Oh, the Koenig? Yeah, I told you shouldn't buy it. I just had a feeling. No, I'm joking. Morning, JD. Anybody else popped in if I didn't see you? Morning, sirs. Yeah, the Pictus XL looks great. Can't believe that 9-inch came out with a good 9-inch, boy. Zentron is about the latest before that. Great Snake. Alright. Then I wanted to look and see new arrivals. We've seen all of them pretty much, but so word of warning, if you get the plain handled Orlock, the edges are rounded over nicely and it is not harsh. But if you get the rocked one or the textured one, they are not rounded over and they have very sharp edges. Pete is dealing with that. He's going to try to round over the edges of his. But it's like they forgot that step when they did the texture. But I mean, I guess it could be part of the texture. But these are rounded over. Cool knife. Like I said, I want to try one of the new tenable top liner locks. Yeah, I figured yours would be, TC. No, I'm just kidding. Pete's had a sharp edge, so I don't know. I'm just going by what he said. And it was only on the rocked version, and you can see that they're not rounded over like on the smooth version. I don't know. I don't have one. But he showed me the edge of his, and it was very sharp. on the rocked version compared to the smooth version. All right, and then Remet. See if Remet's got anything coming out new. The Halloween themed one, pretty cool. Except for the big Halloween word on it. Cool whale. I don't think I've seen that one. Could have been out for a little while, but I have not seen it. Cool whale. Looks comfortable. I like the milling everywhere. How big is that one? 7.87, 3.15. That's a pretty cool looking knife. I like the blade and the ramp. 390. Looks good closed. Flipper delete on it. Yeah, I like that a lot. Looks like access to the thumb studs is good for reverse flick. You can get rid of that flipper tab. Good old frame lock. Oh, it's got a built-in lanyard. Oh, yep, I like it. And they're calling the blade length just the cutting edge, so it's probably 3.4. Somewhere around there. Let's see. Saker Falcon. That's 45. Telling you, Remet's really coming in. What is that? Is that a secondary lock? Like, what is that? Totally confused what that little thing was. I can even see it now. Yeah, right there. Huh. Anybody know what that is? Does that lock the button? No, it's a center pivot lock. Hopefully that locks the button. I like that compound grind. Kind of weird they don't mention it. Button lock structure design. They don't mention it in the pictures. Perfect 10. Yeah, button frame lock. Pretty nice. Yeah, I think it locks the button, JD, where you can't accidentally push the button. But what do I know? Then Sharp Leopard. What's up with this one? Uh, Anti-slip pattern. Comes with a nice little leather. Yeah, I'm liking where Remet's going with all their quality. I want to see a video on this one. I haven't seen a video of that one yet. Morning, mister. Morning, Waylon. If y'all don't mind smashing that like button, be awesome. No videos on this one yet, huh? Let's see. Remet Sharp Leopard. Well,
hey guys, subscribe for daily content. And if you're shopping
not
for
our
gear, make sure
favorite,
you check
but
out the description for the newest items at some of the very best
you
online
can at least get a
retailers.
look at it.
There's also links for some of the measure it. That's what I usually do first. So let's put it up against the swordfish you guys can see. So the swordfish, the bigger guy, coming in at about 7.75 inches overall with a 3.5. So weight, how does this little guy stack up in terms of weight versus other things that are about the same size? 3.9 ounces is not heavy, right? Heavier than some people might like for this size of object, but it's not heavy. It doesn't feel heavy in the pocket. It definitely is not super well balanced. You can see the balance point is way back here, so you're going to notice that a lot of weight on the frame, right? Anyways, let's go ahead and do a hardware check. I'm going to get out my tools as per usual. My tools to more people, more fun to like switch. I mean, I kind of like the idea of a knife that is cool from the start, but like has options down the road if you want to switch things. Like, let's say you get tired of the blade and you want a new blade. You don't want to buy a whole new knife. I think it'd be cool to offer the blades. Not every pocket knife can do that. You can't, because of the way that they lock up. You know, a lot of people would say, well, why can't it be that way with all pocket knives? Because of the locking system, you can't, you know, reliably sell individual blades and just assume everything's going to continue to lock up correctly. With these, though, the way that they lock up, it should be okay because it kind of slides into place and then the things slide in wherever, you know, whatever total amount of contact that they can. Come to find out, the RT swordfish is wildly more expensive than when I first handled it, which I don't like to see that.
Yeah, I like it. I'll tell you, the swordfish did make a heck of a nice noise at Blade Show. Made a great sound. There's the Two-Face. I still like the Meteor. Yeah, Remet's kicking butt. All right, new Pictus XL. Some more Reddit stuff. Yeah, they double charge you. That's no good. I actually ordered so much Uber this month, or Uber Eats, that I got a free upgrade to like Uber X or whatever. I don't know. They gave me a free upgrade. But we need to talk more knife makers into making replaceable blades, like you said. Because it'd be pretty sweet to be able to swap out blades instead of having to buy a whole new knife. But that's the whole point. They want you to buy a whole new knife. That's still a big boy. How are they overcharging you? How are they double charging you, mister? What is that? Oh, yeah. I forgot I bought that. It's a cool shaped little knife. I'm impressed with ProTech too. More so than I thought I would be. Thought I had a... Be missing a Rosie. Oh, yeah, that's a cool little knife too. That Lion Steel. Yeah, Uber One membership. That's what I meant, not Uber X. Uber X is the big car. Yeah, Uber One. They gave me a free one. Okay, so the code I used for 20% off of that knife, or $20. Let me show you. So I put the links in the links channel to the Reddit post, all the codes. This one right here. And if you go down here, there's US only 20% off codes. And the one that worked was this one right here, the IFP6B Cub. IFP6B Cub. But that brought it down from, of course, I got to pay tax. But as you can see there, it brought it down from 109 to 89 plus 877 tax. So it brought it down to 98 bucks. Which the cool thing about this is I can keep this for 3 months and turn around and go to Chinese Knives subreddit and sell it for 100 bucks. So it is what it is. I'll tell you who else is coming out with cool stuff where you can change blades. Is oh my goodness. Exceed Designs. They're really pushing the changeableness of this customization shop. All right, that's not what I meant to look at. Which one is the one with all the new replaceable stuff? Not that one. I got one with all the... Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. I thought they had more parts. Thought they had... Oh, and there's... Who's that guy that makes that one where you can build your own multi-tool knife thing? What's the name of that one? Build your own multi-tool knife. I know y'all know the one I'm talking about. Roxxon. Roxxon is the one that's really doing their thing. Flex Modular System. You can. They got the ones you can totally build your own. Maybe it wasn't Roxxon that I was thinking about. You watch the video though, you can put all kinds of stuff in there. Pop it right apart. Maybe it wasn't Roxxon. Oh yeah. There's the video of him doing it right there. Yeah, you can put all kinds of stuff in. There you go. There's all the parts. Build your own multi-tool. That's pretty cool. Put more blades in it. Sheep's foot. You just pop in the pieces you'll use and get rid of the ones you won't. The flint fire starter is pretty cool. All kinds of stuff. I thought they had a key. Put your key in there too, but maybe I'm wrong. T6, T8. Flex Modular Roxxon. Go watch a quick video on that. Yeah, there we go.
If you have ever wanted to design your own multi-tool with only components that you actually need, the Roxxon Flex might be the solution. But there has...
That's not that'll be too long. I was trying to find. Is that actually their channel?
Hey, this is JC. Welcome to Urban Knife Guy, where we explore the urban knife style and jungle survival. In a previous video, I reviewed the Roxxon Flex Companion. That's this multi-tool over here. I reviewed it and went through basically all the inner workings and how to put it to use. I also did a video on the Roxxon Flex, which is a plier-based multi-tool, but they all work on the same modular system. Do check out those links in the description if you missed them. Today, I'm going to show you my builds for an urban and outdoor EDC loadout with the Flex Companion. First, if you watch this channel regularly but have not subscribed, check out my exclusive
what do you got?
in the Flex because you can add, but the EDC we need. This mechanism is a locking mechanism, so this toggle here locks and unlocks the blade, or it unlocks, it doesn't lock it. You do have a lock over here, which is a separate safety catch over here. But to deploy the blade, you can either push it up like that, and in this case you notice that this is coming out as well, and that's probably because of just the friction. So we just have to move it a bit. If not, you can deploy it by pushing that, and you deploy all the tools here, and that's all the one-handed deployment options. So I do have the blade, and I've chosen to go with a flathead screwdriver and a cap lifter. I know you might be thinking, why do you need a cap lifter? Personally, actually, I think in an urban setting, in a social setting, having a bottle opener can be pretty handy. I have used a bottle opener, I would say several times, or several times a year, so it will come in handy. But more importantly, I do want that flathead screwdriver. Now, there are other options such as the file with the flathead screwdriver, but personally, I think I use the cap lifter more than the file. Hence, I chose that. And then this next one is really handy. This is the pen holder. And then you have a pin over here, so a needle rather. And then on the other side, you have a pair of
that's tweezers. A pretty cool little add-on.
So all the tools that you might want in the
needle, tweezer, and a pin
for the Swiss Army knife. And of course, we have a pair of scissors. I know that's really important for a lot of people. For me, I'm saying it's not essential if I have a knife, too. But yes, it's good to have. So in an urban environment, I see this as the tool set that I actually prefer. Now, I should mention, when you're choosing tools for both the Roxxon
I don't know. I think these modular systems are going to be the way to go in the future.
You can drive over here. So
But
other
they're
side
going to
that
have to
actually
keep
can
coming out with new
inefficiently
stuff
sort
to
of
still
that
make their
when
money
their
model.
personal needs, the deflex
People aren't going to be
component,
buying whole
that
new
comes with
knives,
deflex
so
for
they
one
got to come out
person,
with a bunch
or
of
that
blades.
cap lifter.
My opinion. I've only got one big multi-tool. What are we arguing about, Uber? Did I bring up an argument about Uber? Oh, we're talking about authorizations and actual charges. I have to deal with that in the hotel industry constantly. People get so confused about what's been authorized and what's actually been charged. Really weird. I try to tell them the authorization is like when you go to the gas station and you put your card in and it authorizes it for like 99 cents. And then when you go finish paying for your gas, that 99 cents disappears and the actual charge goes on. And sometimes now they authorize like $125 on your card at a gas station. I had 125 is the most I've seen. But they need to make sure they're going to cover whatever you're going to pump in there. But yeah, I have to deal with authorizations and actual charges every single day at work. They're like, "Why did you charge my card $40?" And I'm like, "We didn't charge your card. It might look like a charge to you, but it's just an authorization. It's just held the money, and when you check out, it'll get released, and it'll take 3 or 4 days, and it'll disappear, be back in your account." So, yeah. I have to deal with that $40 deposit thing every day. They're like, "Why'd you charge me?" I'm like, "It's not actually charged. It's just authorized. There's a difference." But the people don't care because that money's been taken out of their account, kind of regardless of whether it's been charged or authorized. They can't get to that $40. But it is all terminology at that point, but because they can't get to their $40 regardless. All right. Let's see. Where were we? Today is going to have to be a little bit of a shorter episode, and I want to just go ahead and warn y'all. Oh, I like this sheath this guy made. I like how it clips on to two belt. I mean, to your belt, 2 places. Pretty cool sheath. I saw that earlier. That's a heck of a jungle tool. But I wanted to warn y'all. I can't go very long today. I've actually got a major abscess again. I'm trying to push through it, and I wasn't even going to say anything, but it's going to affect probably tomorrow's video because I don't know how good I'm going to feel like today to get the forge stuff put together. But the whole entire side of my face is swollen, and I've got the antibiotics, so I'm dealing with it. But it doesn't change the fact that I feel like crap. And like I said, I wasn't going to even say anything, but yeah, I've got an abscess tooth on the right side. Whole side of my face is swollen. Pretty bad. Been pretty bad throughout the night. I decided I was going to get on here and broadcast anyway this morning, but not going to go but about an hour. And then tomorrow I will try my best to get the stuff rounded up to make the forge, but might have to just do something else tomorrow. Oh, that's pretty. Nobile does their thing, man. That crystallized tie and dragon skin, and but I liked the one he just showed. I like that color. Oh, thanks, y'all. I wasn't trying to say it for any kind of like sympathy, but I just wanted to let y'all know if I don't sound like myself or if I kind of cut it short this morning, why I'm doing so. I wasn't looking for any kind of. That's why I didn't even really want to mention it, but I'm totally honest with y'all, so. This right here reminds me of what we could do with some of those knife Christopher sends. We can make some Warncliffs out of some cleavers. Make some little neck knives. But yeah, we could draw up all kinds of crazy blades on those. What is this? Friend found these on a beach on the east side of Hawaii Island. Are those alive? I'm guessing they are alive. That's pretty freaky looking snails, whatever they are. Even the Hawaiian snails are crazy. See you, Tegan. You got MRSA after a surgery? 12 weeks? Yeah. Infections are not good for your body. I mean, teeth infections can kill you. That's why I'm glad I got on the antibiotic quickly. I kind of felt it coming on and got the antibiotic started yesterday. I think the swelling has stopped and is not getting any larger, but it is what it is. American Muscle. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention John got his Mojave yesterday. Congratulations, Mr. John. Mailman arrived. Here is his beautiful knife he got yesterday. Beautiful Plain Jane Mojave. John has got some heaters. He has the adult grown-up version of my collection. I want to be like John when I grow up. There's TC showing his okay shaman that I was talking about I bought. I'm confused. I guess maybe he took the blade out of a regular shaman and threw in there for pictures. Because he posted it before with the round hole in the blade. And so that's probably just for photos. I know they don't fit properly and lock up properly, and they got side to side play and whatever. But yeah, there's one with probably another clone blade would be my guess. But I wish the scales would swap right out with a regular shaman. I would do that in a heartbeat. But yeah, JT got oh yeah, I got it. truncated for streaming mode so people can't see everybody's names. But we got purple only. Pete posted his purple collection. Yeah, Mister, back pain and tooth pain, and I guess childbirth, migraines, probably be the top 4. And I think teeth are right up there because with the top of any of them, because it's right up in your head, and you can't, pains in other parts of your body. You can try to not focus on them, but your head is kind of pretty much where you focus on everything. Yeah, nice collection, Pete. Here's some of Fred's purple. That one didn't show up. Oh, yeah, there we go. There's one I posted. JD, yeah, it's a clone. Can't be a sweet knife. JD, it's the original has a square hole, but it is. They got 3 different versions of it right here. Dang it. $140. Yeah, that's what I was talking about, JD. He took a regular blade and put it in the clone handle. So in this picture, right here, you see the original square blade that goes in it. But up here, he put a regular Spyderco blade in it. To see how it would fit. But yeah, it's still sweet scales, but I wish you could buy that. Do you like it, TC? Are you saying it's good or bad? I'm hoping it's good because I just bought one for $90. I'm hoping you mean it's good. Some people are responding to stuff I said like 5 minutes ago, so I want to make sure y'all all know to keep up with the live by hitting the live button or sliding the slider all the way to the right. Because I think some of y'all get behind. And the stuff I'm talking about, oh, it's amazing. Okay, good. Yeah, I think some of y'all get behind, so make sure whenever you're watching my video during the live to either click the live button over there under, there's a little red icon that shows that you're live, or slide the slider to the right. Yeah, I noticed it was a bodacious blade. I like the square holes. I've got one. It's not bad. He did that just to not get grief from Spyderco. He would rather make them round. I tried to talk him into making me one with a round hole, but he wouldn't do it. I've got another one of their OK versions. I showed it a couple of days ago, I think, with the square hole. Did y'all see I put the name up there on the Alembic? Pretty funny. Yeah, $90. I can't beat it for M390. I was going to try to maybe modify the hole and make it round, but it would be way too big then. I like their M390. See, this is the one I wanted originally, but I wanted the white handle with the black blade. I wanted the M390 blade in the twill carbon fiber handle, but I would have had to buy two of them and do a blade swap. Me and somebody almost did that one day. Can't remember who that was. I think it might have been Drew. Andrew. I was going to buy both of them and send him the other one. The one I pieced together. That's the one I originally wanted. I think the one I've got is, yeah, I've got this one. The PM2 with VG10. That's what I was trying to show y'all on this one. It didn't have the cutout. Let's see if I can show you. Yeah, so right there. Maybe it's on the other side. Yeah, it's on the other side. Hold on. They didn't cut out the scales right. What I'm getting at. So I had to modify it. They had the place. Yeah, right here. So they had the place for the little spot to be milled out, but they didn't cut it out, so you can't get in there to the access bar. So I had to take it and I just used an X-Acto knife. And I don't know what I did with it. Well, actually, oh, right here. But yeah, they didn't cut out part of the scale. I don't know why they didn't do that. Because you couldn't get to it, but they made it. You can see it's just a little thin piece behind there. Like they made the little shape right here. But they didn't cut it out all the way. So I took it and did this to it. So see, it didn't have access, but it was already all cut out. It just had a little thin piece of plastic on the outside here. So I just finished cutting it out to where you could get to the access like you're supposed to be able to. But yeah, the square hole feels fine. You got great action. They're all on bearings. That's the only actual OK knife that I have. My sister was talking about how much she loved the Sage 5 lightweight for an EDC knife, and I can't lie, it is a perfect little knife. I've got giant hands, and this knife is small. I could almost hide it in my hand, but yet when I use that forward choil, I can get all my fingers on it perfectly. But these Sage 5s are pretty awesome for an EDC knife. And I even like this lightweight version of the Para 3. Crazy colors on it, but and then you can't beat these for 25 bucks. From OK. Like, these are great. I did a nipple delete on it. I even like this G10. But we went over all the spider codes the other day. Yeah, the PM2 is rather large. By the way, I found my Para 3 and it was on the floor. But the PM2 and the Para 3 are quite a bit different in size. The Bio is a big boy. That gives you a comparison on if you think a PM2 is big, that Bio is, and then the Pioneer is closer. It's still bigger. This one is definitely more along the lines of a Para 3. I wish this would hurry up and misfire on stream so I could say it finally had a misfire after 2,000 plus opening and closing. Make an insert for what? What else y'all want to talk about this morning in the knife world? Anything else exciting going on Instagram? I still want to get one of those knives from him. Such a clean knife. I like this one better though, I think. Still want to know how much it would cost me. I think probably around $1,600. This one was the super nice looking one. I love that blade shape. I love everything about that knife. That's one of the first custom knives I've really fallen for. Not normally my style. I love the shapes and the action on that thing. So sick. I use a fixed angle sharpener if you're talking to me, JD. I use the Zarlik clone of the TS Prof. XARLIK Gen 2. I use this one right here, the Gen 2, with the single clamp, but it's a clone of a TS Prof, basically, for $90 instead of $400. I use this one with an upgraded rod in the middle. So the rod I use, you can see on this one, here I'll leave it open. The Gen 3 has a much better rod on it, but the Gen 3 has a double clamp that won't hold a lot of smaller knives. So I use this upgraded thicker rod on this one, on this base with the single clamp. But you can buy parts from TS Prof that work on this machine, or their stones or whatever. But on Amazon, it's $90 for the, like, even when you push both of these clamps to the very middle, they're still too wide to hold a lot of smaller folding knives. They would be great for kitchen knives, but that's why I like the single clamp on this one better, because it holds smaller knives easier. Yes, that was a lockback, Michael, but you're still behind on the stream. You need to slide the slider to the right. You're about 4 or 5 minutes behind, but yes, that is a lockback. Backlock. Look how smooth it is when he pushes it right here. Yeah, awesome knife. I shared a video from Neves where Neves talked about a TS Prof. He talked all about it, and he used this. He used a TS Prof part on it. But if you go to Neves TS Prof, he has a video. TS Prof in trouble.
Very, very sharp bone, but it was all because of the thickness. So that now, if I change,
so he talks all about it right here.
That's a really good thing to have. I'm telling you, it prevents you from getting is one of their rod stoppers. So let's go over some of the materials I would recommend getting for this. And we're going to talk about how these clamps work and why I recommend an upgrade. We're going to put the TS Prof to the side because the video is about this guy. So one, you're going to want to get the rod stoppers, and that's going to prevent you from taking the stone and just kind of bangs around. So in order to stop that, and in order to take your rod and get it out of the way like this, where now it's propped up and it's not just fumbling around, knocking stuff over, that's a really good thing to have. I'm telling you, it makes sharpening a lot better when you can prop your rod. Now, another thing is you should probably get 2 of them because you're gonna wanna put one here to stop it going this way when you're sharpening. I'll show you why here in 1 second. Let's talk about these clamps. So, the clamps, you just unscrew it right here, move it back and forth, just like the TS Prof, right? This is 4mm right here. So you just grab an Allen right there and you can adjust the tension on those so you can put, you know, your blade in there. But here's the thing, that's as close as those get. So there's a divider in the middle that prevents them from going together. Now what you can do is you can take this off and put it on this side, and then they'll go right next to each other, which is good, that will work. However, when you go to flip the knife over to sharpen the other side, now they'll both be on this side, and the angle will be slightly different. It's not that big of a deal, but it does make a difference. But if you buy this guy from TS Prof, it fits perfectly on here. In fact, every part that I've tried from TS Prof fits on because most sharpening
there's the single
bonded down.
Why did
right
I
there, right?
jump
It's
around?
protecting.
Hold on.
You can use.
Sorry.
See if in quality stones they will fit.
Okay. Yeah, putting that single clamp on is the ticket.
So with a single clamp, you can see how I can easily just clamp. I'm gonna use some of their stones to show you what kind of edge you will get with theirs.
But anyway, that's the one I use. Love it. $90. Yeah. Yeah, I've had back pain since high school football. If y'all haven't smashed that like button, please do so. I think I've done about all I can do this morning. I need to try to get some more rest. I've not been able to sleep because of the pain. I got a little bit of a nap, but not enough. I'm hoping today is like the plateau where it starts going the other direction, but that's wishful thinking a little bit, considering how much it's swollen. Yeah, JD, I would definitely say try it out for $90. And with Amazon, if you don't like it, you can send it back. And all the stones that you buy off AliExpress, so all these fit in it just fine. So you could have some of these. If you already have some, then you could just use these on the sharpener and send it back to Amazon and they wouldn't ever know. But I've got all these ones fit. The leather, I've got tons of these little sets that I bought over the year. Diamond, not diamond. But all these work. And I forgot I had these. Let's see. 6,000 grit diamond paste. 3,000 grit diamond paste, 1,000 grit, and I think this is 10,000 grit. I forgot I had those. Oh, thank you, Pete. I will eventually get better. I didn't even want to say anything, but I didn't want to, like, y'all to be mad at me tomorrow when I don't have everything set up for the heat treatment. I think I'm going to carry this today. Still love this thing. Anyway, guys, hope y'all have a great day. I'm going to try to enjoy my day off and get some rest. William, that's no good, buddy. I tried to use one of those, the Work Sharp, the little $70 Work Sharp, and I'll tell you my problem with it. The precision adjust. So my problem with it is the clamp on it. It has that V right there. I don't know if y'all can see that V on the side of the metal there. Well, when you slide blades back in there, sometimes they hit that and they don't clamp in great. I don't know why they put that little triangle on the side like that so close to the front. With some blades, you need to slide them back a little bit, depending if they're bigger or not, and they hit that triangle, and it makes it kind of wonky. So I like this one for $80, but that little V right there on the side was the problem I had with this one. The way it rotates, the way it adjusts, everything is great. It's just that little V and holding blades in there when you go to start sharpening different knives. And you can see that a real thin knife, it won't matter, but a lot of thicker knives will hit there. So that's something to consider. But there's nothing wrong with these little sharpeners. And if you had certain knives, your kitchen knives, it would work great for, which is what's all in the pictures here. But when you get to thicker knives, you'll notice the problem if you ever get there. But anyway, congrats, TC. Thanks for the well wishes. Hope y'all have a great Wednesday, and we will be here again tomorrow. Sorry to cut the stream a little short today, but, you know, it is what it is. Anyway, appreciate all y'all. If you hadn't hit that thumbs up, please smack it on the way out. Double tap your screen or hit the little like. Anyway, love y'all. See y'all tomorrow. Peace.